Hi everybody, Jody King here. I was thinking the other day about Van Gogh. I know, you probably think about Van Gogh a lot too, but no, here's what I was thinking. This guy, such an amazing artist, but he lived his whole life and he only sold one painting and then he got dead. So I thought that sucks. I want to know what the secrets are to highly successful artists. I mean, what is it that highly successful artists are doing that they're like killing it while they're alive rather than when they get dead? So let's take a look at that, shall we? I'm gonna tell you the top 5 things highly successful artists do. Number 1, they create regularly. I know. What does that even mean? Well, it just means that you don't necessarily have to create every single day, but you should be doing it regularly. Like for me, I create at least 3 or 4 days a week. If I don't do that, it's almost like in some ways I have to reboot and start all over. When you create regularly, your work just gets stronger and stronger and stronger. And the thing is like not everything that you create is gonna be a masterpiece. So you're gonna have to create a lot of things, and through that, you're gonna find these nuggets of just amazing stuff. The other thing is that they don't wait for inspiration. Waiting for inspiration as an artist, to me, is like showing up in your kitchen and then just expecting your stove to cook you something. Listen, if that's a possibility, I want that stove. Until that happens, yeah, I'm gonna have to cook it myself. But if you're not showing up because you're waiting for inspiration, you're probably gonna be waiting a really long time. Number 3, what do? They make honest art. Okay, now this is a term that I've kind of coined, honest art, but what does that mean? That means that really great, highly successful artists create work that is like from their gut. It's from their soul. It might be risky, it might be raw, it might be peaceful, it might be all of those things, but one thing that it's not is vanilla. Nobody thinks vanilla is interesting. And if vanilla is your favorite ice cream, I'm really, really sorry that we can't be friends now. But I'm just kidding. We can be friends. But you know my point. If you create honest work, that means that you're not looking at somebody else and wanting to recreate what they're doing. It comes from your gut and it comes from your soul. All right. So that brings me to number 4. You may not like this, but what's the best way to create honest art? Meditation. I know, it's like, could you do anything else other than meditate? But it's the truth. Here's what happens is when we meditate, it grounds us and it teaches us to be really, really present. And that's where the great stuff comes from. When you're creating, is that you're present and you're just letting that juice flow through you like just you're a freaking portal. That's where it comes from. Do you know that Beyonce meditates on the regular? Steve Jobs said that meditation was his main source of creativity. So I think he did all right, so I'm gonna go with that. Anyway, Amy Schumer and Lady Gaga and like all of these really, really successful artists, they meditate. So I'm gonna just keep doing that myself. Okay, number 5, they put themselves out there. Listen, wouldn't it be great if we could just create stuff in our studio and then people came to us, they just knocked on our door and they just came right to us. Not really gonna happen. We're gonna have to put ourselves out there. It doesn't mean you necessarily have to like go balls out, but put yourself out there on social media or apply to an art exhibition or an art fair or go through your church or your synagogue or something, but put yourself out there. All right, now I said there was only 5. I'm going to give you one more. You got to believe in yourself, because if we're not going to believe in ourselves as artists, this is what RuPaul says. If you're not going to believe in yourself, how the hell do you expect anybody else to believe in you? So you got to believe in yourself and you've got to believe in your work. And if you do those other things like creating regularly and not waiting for inspiration and making honest art and meditating, put yourself out there, it's going to be a lot easier to believe in yourself. So if you got any other suggestions on what highly successful artists do, leave them in the comments below. And if you enjoy what you see here, please like and subscribe to the Jody King channel. All right, I hope you guys have a great day. Stay cool. Catch you later. Bye.